Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Urban Empire. And we're getting ready to try and get some taxes passed. This probably will be the last bit of taxes I attempt to pass for quite a while. But I'm trying to pay for gas lines in one of my city districts, and I need the money to do that. I did figure out where I can find the victory progress. So if we come over to the logbook here, we see that. So we have 1 star here for science victory. At 30% of the population as student social class, okay. And then we have the economic one. Establish a railroad station in your city, so that's done. Shared prosperity, have the lower class represent less than 33% of the city's population, okay. And we have, you know, a bunch of other things that we could do. Royal Harbor is another thing that we can do. And then we have political victory, people's man. Have an average population and happiness of at least content in your city. I have a feeling that some of these may go away, though. I'm not exactly sure. Is it once you get them, or you have to maintain them? I'm not exactly sure. But in any case, we now need to get this vote passed. Right now, it's leaning towards failing, so we have to appeal to these parties. So, the first party I'm going to appeal to is the Nationalists. They don't have that many seats, all things considered, but I think we might only have to push them a little bit to get them to go which way we want, so we're going to plead. Express your wish in the council meeting. And we get +4 to the vote, but we do lose the 2 goodwill that we had. So we definitely got these guys to swing in our favor, though, so that's good. It's still against us, though, and that's because these guys have a decent number of seats now. Huh. Okay, so limited liability company. So we're seeing some things, more things with these parties, things that they want to see. Anti-water pollution and right to form labor unions. So these guys are diametrically opposed as far as that goes. These guys don't want labor unions, I'm assuming by the red. And then those guys do. But they do want limited liability companies, which I'm assuming is an edict of some, well, important edicts right there. All right, let's try and get these guys. So I am going to demand them. Do we threaten them? Let's go a little bit harder here. Let's threaten. Need some help to pass the proposal. How do you make councilors of Free Democratic Party take you seriously? You are trying my patience. All right, so we lost a lot of goodwill with that, but we also gained a lot of support. All right, well, that's as much as we can do for this period of time. We're going to have to wait a little bit to influence these guys a little bit more. But for the meantime, I'm probably going to keep pushing the Nationalists or the National Swearelian Party, because they're the ones more likely going to be able to tip this balance. Right now, it's still against us. So we're going to have to wait a little bit longer and have a little bit of time pass so that we can affect these guys again. Okay, I think that might be enough time. I really wish it would, you know, tell you a little bit more. It looks like the Physiocratic Party might have helped us a little bit to swing this. But it's still close. I'm going to do one more plead with these guys, and we'll see if we can get it to go. All right, so last time we did this in the council, we're going to talk to the chairman in private. So let's see if we can get a little bit of movement here. So didn't hurt us as bad with their goodwill, but we did get their support, and it looks like it's definitely in our favor now. So I'm going to let it go at this point. I think we've done what we need to do to get this passed, and this is going to be the last time I think I go for taxes, although I did hurt my standing with these guys quite a bit. It does look like this Physiocratic Party is still in control here, though, so we'll go with that. And then once we pass this, it gives us time to get some money as well. And oh, we got an event. All right, son, congratulations, your wife has born a U.S. son, and the family doctor told you that he is strong and robust. You have decided to give him the biblical name Simon. How will you bring him up? Okay, we can do obedience. It says +4 cruel, -4 soft. Respect for traditions, +4 Luddite, -4 progress. or being a von Filzen, he'll be good. So +4 elitist, -4 populist. I am going to go for respective for traditions. We're going with, you know, this is an old guard. We're going for a respective tradition. So that's what we did. And I just gained points towards the optimist trait. I guess we're optimistic about our son. Young Simon is growing quickly. His character and abilities delight you and your wife. All right. All right. It is hereby proposed that the anti-water pollution legislation be enacted. What is this going to do? It's going to give us demand change for physical environment for all citizens. Brain power production added to building, railway station, and bonus to physical environment service, all citizens. All right, well, that looks all positive. I'll support it. That might not pass, though, but I'll support it. Okay, so it looks like it may pass. Okay. Concerned about water pollution, new laws on the way. I like the brain power bonus. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to anti-water pollution. Wow, that went pretty far along already. I'll appeal to parties, and we have a lot of goodwill with the Physiocratic Party, so I should be able to push them hard to get this passed. So I'm actually going to make a demand of them, be a little bit more forceful here. And you demand Physiocratic Party that their counselors support you on this issue. What do you say to them? We'll ask them to reconsider one last time. All right, so we did get a pretty big effect there, and it only cost us 2, and we had a decent amount of goodwill with these guys, although we had much higher in the past. All right, so, and I think because we supported the National Swarelian Party's initiative, that they might have good or decent goodwill with me. So I'm hoping that we have a swing there. Okay, well, in any case, let's go ahead and continue with the votes. I really want the taxes. All right, so modify taxes. Looks like it's going to pass. We'll begin the vote. Okay, we got it. So, tax rate for every citizen, tax rate for industrial, tax rate for commercial companies. All right. Hopefully that will help us with some of our financial things. Okay, now we have 22,000 coming in. So I think we can afford the gas industry. So, or the gas infrastructure. All right, so confirm. We're going to do gas infrastructure here. We'll activate the grid, which is going to cost us 250,000. Another thing we can do is we can up the actual infrastructure. So we can up the roads and we can up our streetlights, which right now we have none. I am going to do 1 level of streetlights, which is going to cost another 125,000, and that is going to put it actually outside the affordability range. But by the time the vote passes, we'll probably have that much money, and it'll have that much running cost. That's kind of a bit, but we're going to go for it. It is going to give us a little bit of environmental, and it is also going to give us a little bit in security, so that should help. I'm going to go ahead and confirm these changes, and we'll go from there. And we're not going to do any additional services, and this is going to cost us 375,000 and 18,000 a month. I'm going to propose that district. I can't afford it. I could quicken the vote, but I don't see a reason to. And it looks like it's going to pass even without me getting involved, but we will see that. Okay, so modify district. Okay, so it looks like it's going to pass without any intervention, and I will not intervene on something like this. So we'll just go ahead. Now we're going to see our income drop down quite a bit. I think after we do this. Anti-water pollution and the right to own property both come in at the same time. So we're just going to begin the vote. I was not really all that concerned with this, and it looks like it's going to easily pass. So we'll take that. All right, end of water pollution. And then we also have this vote. We'll begin the vote on that. It looks like it's also going to pass easily, very easily, landslide. And there we go. Okay, law allowing women to own property passed. So I don't know how that's going to affect our economy. And there we go. So people are pretty happy right now. I would say we're not in the negative of anything other than city health, and it would be nice to get a clinic for sure. Demand is, it's been positive, but maybe not enough positive that it convinces me to get a new district. Let's go ahead and modify this district now, or the vote for it. It looks like, again, a landslide victory probably, as all three parties are going to support it, although probably only marginally over here. Okay, it passed, so let's go ahead and exit. And we'll see the ramifications of that pretty soon. So a lot of our income is going to drop down here. We also have Safety Authority event. The administration is preparing for the establishment of professional safety authorities. Do you want to focus on police force, fire departments, clinics? I kind of want a clinic, so I'm going to say clinics. So the effect is that clinics, I'm going to assume, is more effective, and monthly city fund expenses minus 25%. Okay. And we're going to get the clinic soon, and that will be the next thing I go for. I may buy it myself if it's not too expensive, because I am racking up a decent amount of personal funds, which, by the way, I can up. So when we're talking about service funding, one thing I can improve is, I can improve service funding of other things, but I could also improve the funding of myself. Right now I get $1,000 a month, but I could increase it if I wanted to. But if I did so, I'm pretty sure, as you can see here, it's going to have some ramifications. All parties are going to, the default neutral position to which goodwill will return over time is going to be reduced by 2. So they're going to be a lot less willing to work with me. I'll get more money in the bank, so maybe I won't have to work with them, but you get the compromise there. So you could play this very much as a dictator if you wanted to. The Physiocratic Party chairman praises your character in a newspaper interview. How do you react? We'll just call him and return the pleasantries. We get some goodwill there. There was no real consequence of that.
Safety doesn't happen by accident.
Okay, now it's time to go with Bessemer process. I want this for the unlock density selection. It also unlocks the Bessemer process for industries as well, possibly giving them income. So we'll start the research, and we'll come back. Now I do want to... Okay, they win the election, which is one of the reasons why it's good to have their support. Let's take a look at that. So, political support. Right now, they have 25 seats, so they gained a little bit more. These guys have 17, so they lost. These guys have 19. And right now, support is 44, 28, 28. So, if another election comes around, these guys will probably be equal. But for sure, Physiocratic Party is taking taking control here. And we have a decent amount of goodwill with them right now. Oh, actually, this is the resting point. I see. We've almost gotten things back to a neutral point, though, with the Free Democratic Party. So if we had another push for something, we probably could get them to do what we want them to do. I would like a gas line for our second district as well. And this will help our industry, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and modify the district. I'm not going to change any of this. What I would like to do is I would like to do gas infrastructure. And then we'll confirm that. Oh, I also want gas lights here. So we'll confirm changes. This might not be so necessary, but I should be able to not quite pay for it out of my pocket, but it looks like there's good party support for it, and we have enough money to get it. I do have to keep in mind, though, that clinic. How much does a clinic cost? 500,000. All right, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait on this. I'm going to wait until either I have enough money. Okay, we have an event. Price of progress. All right, price of progress. Something went terribly wrong at a railroad tunnel. Construction site near a railway station. An explosion caused the death of 14 construction workers, and dozens more were injured. As the mayor, you need to address this immediately. You decide to give a public speech. All right, so we've got a bunch of things: eloquent speech to honor the victims, promise to compensate the families of the dead and injured. Looks like there may be a vote if I choose particular things. Acknowledge your strategy, but don't promise anything. Promise to improve work safety, which I'm assuming that's what this is all about. Or blame liberals for the accident. I'm just going to do an eloquent speech to honor the victims. I mean, I'm cruel, but I'm not a scumbag. And but I also don't want this to pass, though. So so we'll do that. Propose an eloquent speech to honor the victims. All right, so that made people happy. A large crowd of workers and their families listened to your speech and seemed really impressed. So we get a direct bonus to happiness for both lower class and working class. That's good. Kind of predictable, though. All right. Either that or I'm going to wait until we can afford both clinic and the other thing, which it looks like we're getting close to. You know what I'll do? I'll do the clinic first, and then I'll go from there. So I'm going to put the clinic right here. So first, modify, confirm zoning, confirm infrastructure. I'm not going to add the infrastructure yet. I would like a clinic. And I would like it in this industrial zone. Not going to touch all of the city. How about we put it over here instead? I'm going to cancel. I'm going to do it in this district instead. Modify district. Confirm. Confirm. Clinic. That's what we want. Now I'm going to put it over here. Oop, we need to move it slightly. There we go. We'll confirm. It looks like it's going to pass. Propose district. And we'll just do a normal vote. Yeah, this is going to pass. I'm not going to have to work for it. Okay. And we'll just keep going. Tax proposal. Working classes are being taxed too much. Claim the Physiocratic Party. Their incomes are low, so their taxes should be low too. Should the council lower working class taxes? Yes, a little. Yes, remarkably. No. I mean, technically, I just got the taxes passed, so I'm going to say no. I know this is going to hurt my relationship with them. I don't care. I had a decent thing going there anyway. Okay. And yeah, it looks like this is going to pass. So I don't really have to do much there. And we might be able to afford the infrastructure upgrade without me paying for it after we do this, but I just want to confirm that. So modify district. We'll begin the voting. We know how this is going to go. Yeah, landslide victory. Okay. We now have our clinic. Okay, we should be able to afford it now. I just really don't like the idea of doing that. with the city funds at the moment because there's not a lot of city funds to speak of. I'm a little bit concerned by adding gas infrastructure over here. We might hurt ourselves. What I might want to do instead is get ourselves a new district because we now have a decent amount of residential demand and commercial demand to probably call for it. So I'm going to go ahead and create a district. And we're going to build it off here. And we've kind of planned that out. Come on, give it to me. All I want is to get... Oh, I had it there for a second. There we go. I'm going to have to modify this heavily. There we go. Do that. Put that to there. Do that. Put that to there. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. And that's going to cost 312,000. I don't think we need a much bigger district than that. So we'll confirm this grid. Oh, very much against that. But we'll see. We'll see once we go through this a little bit. Confirm land plan. Now, it looks like we need pretty much like no industry. I'm going to put a little bit in, but not much. Let's say 10. Then we're going to need to go high on this. Maybe as high as 60%. Or maybe even 50%. Yeah, 50%. And then bring this back up to 10. Bring this back up to 50. There we go. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So 40, 50, 10. Again, they're kind of against it. Confirm zoning. I'm not going to put any of this stuff in because I'm afraid we won't be able to get it to pass because it will be too expensive. We can always add that in later. We're going to go ahead and confirm infrastructure. Okay, now we have the actual thing here. I could do a police station, but we can't afford it. Let's confirm these services. And that's pretty much it. Looks like it's going to pass, but let's do a normal vote here. Or I could just buy it myself. Let's just use my personal funds, and we won't have to worry about this stuff. You know, no, I'm going to save it. Normal vote. Okay. And do want to come in here and modify the vote a little. Oh, no, it's going to pass. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about it. We also have this, Bessemer process, a new metal processing method. It's making it easier and cheaper to produce high-quality steel. Do you let companies use the new technology freely or initiate security inspections to ensure only quality furnaces are made? You know, both of these could go with this guy. I mean, either overbearing imperial guy that, you know, is trying to make imperial steel that's good quality, or let the companies use it freely and we're like laissez-faire, kind of towards the right mentality. I want good quality imperial steel. I want to be proud of our steel. We're going to do that. Sales demand. Okay, sales demand's going down a little bit. That doesn't make sense. You would think it would go up. Oh, okay, well, I guess maybe I chose wrong. I'm not exactly sure 100% how that works, but just continue. I'll check on this halfway through the vote just to make sure it's going to pass. But why I'm doing this is I want to get more tax income. I want to bring up our population. Okay, we're more than halfway through. Let's just see how this is going. It's still towards passing, so I'm not going to have to work on that one too hard. We haven't had to work all that hard for a lot of these votes, which is good. That means I'm not having to burn political capital to get what I want done. All right, the vote is in. Begin our vote. Should pass easily. I mean, we have one party against it, but two parties for it. Makes it happen. Now, we may lose money here for a while. So that's one reason I should have maybe done it with my personal funds. But I'm hoping that we'll have a turnaround once people start moving in. So we might go in the negatives for a little while.
My point has always been that ever since the Industrial Revolution, science fiction has been the most important genre there is.
That's true. Science fiction is the most important genre. All right, so we just got Bessemer. What else we got? We got sanitation, which that would be good. Water pipes. We also get sewer systems. All of that sounds really good for the health aspect of things, although we're not too bad off health-wise. We also get a port, though, and that sounds pretty important. Whether or not we can afford it is another thing altogether. We also get Free Fire Brigade. A whole bunch of stuff. Alternatively, we could do photography. Unlock spying. This is an aspect that I have not really seen how it works yet. We get the furniture store and a photographer, and we also get a theater. And then finally, we have Rights of Man, which gives us a school and a workshop, and then a bunch more edicts. So I kind of like this one. So I'm going to start the research here. And definitely we're getting decent brain power because of that one edict, because we're getting some from not only a city hall, but also the railway station as well. So that's cool. All right, so hopefully we can start turning these losses around before we go too negative. Or the Emperor can bail me out again. It's going down, for sure. Child genius. All right. First is amazed by little Mary Leitner. This merchant first is our district. Oh, by the way, we didn't change. I keep forgetting to do that. This merchant's daughter is but 7 years old and plays piano pieces like an old master. Her performances have become popular, and now the middle-class residents of First would like their children to be as good as Mary and demand skilled piano teachers. Look for skilled teachers from other cities and abroad. I'm going to give her a grant. Patron of the arts. Yeah, I mean, that's aristocratic right there. I know it doesn't maybe sound like it, but that is very aristocratic to be a patron of the arts. So we'll give her a grant to make sure she's properly schooled in music, more or less funding her work. Okay, effect. We get progressive. Well, that's not really what we are. Soft trait. Oh, no. That's the opposite of what we are. But honestly, I think role-playing wise, that isn't necessarily wrong. I could have been like, oh, something's up here. But, you know, again, patron of the arts. Modern day, Mozart. All right, so we're starting to turn our finances around a little bit. I mean, as much as I'd like to get the gas infrastructure in. Okay, they win the election again. National Swarelian Party gets a lot of support. Let's take a look at that. So, that is here, political support. So, okay, so we've got 2021. Interesting. That doesn't seem that the Physiocratic Party has won at all. Let's make sure that's not reading that wrong. Yeah. For the first time, the National Swarelian Party. I thought the paper said that the other party won. That has to be a bug. Because I could have swore that's what it said. Oh well. It is what it is. I don't think that necessarily affects us all that much. Ooh. It is hereby proposed that children under the age of 10 may not be hired for certain jobs. So what is this going to do? It's going to affect health for, I'm going to assume, demand change for social life adults. Brain power production added to building. Grammar school, that makes sense. Bonus to social life service. Again, adults. I'm not sure how that necessarily works. Brain power production added to building. I'm going to oppose it. But I have a feeling it's going to pass. Yes, it is. Okay, new laws may ban children under 10 from heavy work environments. I have a feeling it might hurt me in prestige if it doesn't go, but... Alright, well, in any case, I think there's a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So, our city's building here. Our money is turned around. We lost money for a little bit there after setting up that district. But now that we have it building up, and there's still plenty of room for stuff. We still have commercial demand and residential demand, and we have plenty of room for those things to expand. We have a little bit of room for industry, but we don't really have the demand for it. But if we get it later, then we'll have that. My next goal would be to start getting more infrastructure in here. Gas lines would be nice over here because I think our industries would benefit from it. But overall, I think things are going pretty well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.